A few days ago, the Night of the Moth update was released, and with it came many changes. So what did change? Well, let's dive right into the update notes and find out.
Children, the summoning shall commence. The dim ones have attempted to contain our light. Destroy their minds.
Starting with the new seasonal event called the Mothman Equinox. This event not only brings more Mothman lore to the game, but it also brings some new NPCs who are part of a sect of Mothman cultists who worshipped the wise Mothman. They call themselves the Enlightened. These cultists guide us through a ritual to summon the wise Mothman. In this event, you have to protect 3 pyres from enemies located in Point Pleasant. This event deserves a dedicated video, so I'll be taking a comprehensive look at this event in a future video, so stay tuned for that. There are many new rewards that you can only get from this event, so happy hunting. Alongside this event, you will also find cultist high priests around the wasteland. These priests also have unique items that can be gained. Make sure you hunt them down so you can get all the goodies that they carry. This update also gave us Season 7 titled Zorbo's Revenge. This board has many new items that can be earned on it, and to be honest, I like this season's rewards. I went over the best items in a previous episode, which you can watch here. There are a number of quality of life improvements that have been implemented in this update. Nearby corpse looting allows you to loot items from the dead enemies, all from one corpse. This is great because now you don't have to go from one body to another to collect each item. This is a huge time saver. Next we have legendary loot sharing. Gone are the days that we have to get a hit in on the legendary creature to have a shot at the loot. Now, as long as you're in the area, you will get to take loot from the legendary creatures, even if you never get to hit it. We also got Team XP sharing. As long as you're in a team, every enemy your teammates take down will now grant you XP, even if you did not get any hits on it. That said, there is one key point here. You have to be nearby to gain that XP. This means that if your teammate is in a different location, you get no XP for your teammate's kills. In the build menu for camps and workshops, there is a new tab called New. Any camp plans that you have learned in your current play session will show up in that new tab. This functions much like the new tab in your Pip-Boy. Speaking of the Pip-Boy, there is a new item in your miscellaneous tab called Keyring. This keyring now stores every key you have found in the wasteland. This really just declutters your miscellaneous tab a bit. There's still some more work that needs to be done to help organize this tab, but this is a start and I'm glad they did this. Staying on the topic of the Pip-Boy, you can now customize the menu color as well. This one is pretty straightforward, so I don't think we need to spend much time on this at all. There is one more quality of life improvement, and that is the ammo change. Now, enemies and containers have a chance to have the ammo type for the weapon you are currently using. The public event system got a much needed overhaul. Public event start times are now based on real-world time, and a new one will start every 20 minutes across all worlds. No longer will the same public event appear twice in a row on the same world until all the events have cycled through. Seasonal public events that begin every hour will take priority over normal public events. Several public events also got the timers adjusted to bring them in line with the 20-minute cadence. The public events that are started by players, such as Scorched Earth, are not affected by this change. The preview window for public events on the map has been updated to now show potential rewards for each event. Certain public events have gotten some changes. In Campfire Tales, the campfire has been altered to keep the fire going longer. In Free Range, the Brahmin have had their resistances beefed up, making them harder to kill. Guided Meditation has gotten updated as well. Now the ghouls will more consistently run towards the speakers, and the ghouls have had their difficulty reduced so they don't do as much damage to those speakers. Line in the Sand has a few changes too. The overall time limit has been reduced to 10 minutes, and the enemy waves now have timers rather than having to kill the entire wave. This means that if you don't kill all the enemies in a wave, they could overlap. The rewards will be higher if at the end all enemies have been killed and the generator is still working. In Project Paradise, the amount of food required to level up each feeder has been reduced to 15 per rank, and the friendly creature has gotten its resistances increased. The alpha no longer has to be damaged to successfully complete, but the rewards will be better if the alpha is killed before time runs out. With Radiation Rumble, the ore requirements have been reduced, and there is now a fixed 8-minute timer for the event. This means that after all the ore is collected, the event will continue until the end of the 8 minutes. The spawn rate for non-ghoul enemies has also been reduced, and the scavengers' resistances have been increased, making them survive longer. Next on the list is Swarm of Suitors. A large number of bugs have been fixed for this event. The goal has also been changed. Now, instead of preventing the Mirelurks from reaching the island, you have to kill the Mirelurks in a certain amount of time. If you fail to kill the Mirelurks in time, the Queen will spawn and end the event. Lastly, we have Tea Time. The pipes have gotten an increase in health, making them harder to break. The enemy waves have been tuned to make them more consistent, and the red ants and bloatflies will now spawn separately and focus on attacking players. Now that we have covered all the events that have had significant changes, I want to bring attention to a new radio station that we find on our Pip-Boy. This new station is called Pirate Radio. This station has so many new things, ranging from radio plays to commercials. This station is great, and I will have to make a video dedicated to the station soon. Now, there is a large list of bug fixes that came with this update. I'm not going to go over all of them here, but you can check out the details for yourself. The link is in the description below. With this update, there were also some new releases for the Atomic Shop. We now have some cool new stuff, including a new shelter and new Enclave-themed items. If you have not gone to the Atomic Shop to check it out, I suggest you do so. There are lots of cool items to be found. Now, I would be remiss if I did not talk about the lack of new content. While we did get a new seasonal event, that really is all of the new content for this update. That means that the only thing we have to look forward to after this event ends is the Holiday Scorched. Given the state of things in the world, I can give the 76 team a pass. This time. Next year has to be stellar. We need new content, and it needs to get more in line with how ESO does things. I know there are some very good things on the horizon, but the 76 team really needs to hit the ground running in 2022. That said, I do still believe that the 76 is a good game and well worth playing. There is a lot to do, and since this year has been more of a maintenance year, next year should be great. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider giving it a like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel, and I appreciate you all. As always, I am just glad you stopped by, and I'll see you in the next one.